From my right-hand side, first of all, the official Rumble Wrestling Champion from Kent, Sid Manelli! And if you've been to Rumble Wrestling shows, you know he won the European Championship here just a couple of shows ago. It's it's Tommy Tanner! Tag team contest decided by one fall, Sid Manelli and Tommy Tanner in one corner, and Hakan and Tyler Walker from the other. Commence wrestling!
Commence wrestling indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Rumble Wrestling TV on the Rumble Wrestling YouTube channel. It's tag team time, as Stephen Barker would say. There is no equal, of course, to our magnificent compare. And referee Dave Macro has got it all to do to maintain these massive egos, ladies and gentlemen. The South London Syndicate's finest. There he is, the Peckham Playboy, Hakan, alongside the Prince of Peckham himself, Tyler Walker, two-thirds of the South London Syndicate, facing the Rumble Wrestling Champion, Sid Manelli, in the blue tights. The man in the multicoloured trunks and knee pads, who you no doubt will recognise. Oi, oi, it's our European champion, Tommy Tanner. This is going to be a magnificent tag team matchup, and of course, the question that we need to ask is who has the tag team synergy here? Because, of course, Tommy Tanner and Sid Manelli, world-class singles wrestlers, but Tyler Walker and Hakan have the tag team pedigree on lock. And it's like a lot of pandering to get this tag team match started. And, well, Tyler Walker and Hakan very smartly baited in Tommy Tanner and Sid Manelli. You'd think they would know better at this point, but Hakan and Tyler Walker very aware of what they're doing. It looks like Hakan is directing traffic as the de facto leader in some people's eyes at the South London Syndicate. Both of them run into the juggernauts that are the Rumble Wrestling and European champions, Sid Manelli and Tommy Tanner. It looks like Tyler Walker is going to have the displeasure of starting this matchup out against Sid Manelli, who runs into a back elbow, does Tyler Walker. And Sid Manelli, of course, Kent's favourite son, the heart and soul of Rumble Wrestling, as I mentioned. With an unpredictable attitude as of late from Sid Manelli. You never know what Sid Manelli we're going to get, if I'm being honest. But double axe handle certainly seems to be in a good mood this evening, and certainly seems to be a fan favourite. Tommy Tanner now looking to knot up the arm of Tyler Walker, who certainly has drawn a short straw thus far in this tag team matchup. Sid Manelli ascends to the second rope now. And this is what Sid Manelli does so well, feeding off the incredible energy, the ferocity of this audience. And I believe Sid Manelli is in an arm-breaking mood. Lovely knuckle lock applied. Arm ringer takes Tyler Walker down there out of his boots. Snap mare applied, and now patented Sid Manelli offense with a lovely standing drop kick. And trust me, I know all about Sid Manelli's offense better than most, ladies and gentlemen. I've had the pleasure of facing Sid Manelli on 2 occasions. Certainly know just how special a talent this third-generation professional wrestler is. For better or for worse, and a lovely bit of double team there. We were talking about tag team synergy. Well, right now, Sid Manelli and Tommy Tanner certainly look like the more seasoned tag team against the South London Syndicate. Tyler Walker is being battered from pillar to post, not being able to get out of the gate so far, and Hakan has got to just stand on the ring apron and pretty much watch. Certainly doesn't seem to be in a very good mood, and that is surprising, considering that the Peckham Playboy is normally in an astonishingly good mood. Face applied, and Hakan has had enough and sitting there watching, and unfortunately misses the double clothesline, and I believe he's going to suffer the same indignity of a double face buster. Sid Manelli and Tommy Tanner are cooking here, ladies and gentlemen. The kitchen is red hot, and the South London Syndicate don't seem to be able to stand the heat right now. You're not in South London anymore, sweetheart. You're in Kent, you're in Gravesend. This is a very different kind of ends to what you're probably used to. Hakan and Tyler Walker, I think, are going to take a moment to try and redirect some traffic. Hakan rather smartly breaking the counts. The referee Dave Macro is trying to apply. It looks like a little bit of strategy is being implemented by Peckham's finest, Tyler Walker and Hakan. Of course, Hakan Tyler Walker, no stranger to Rumble Wrestling TV. Tommy Tanner demanding they can get into the ring, and there we go. There's the strategy, ladies and gentlemen. Distraction at his finest. Tommy Tanner kept his, should have kept his eye on the ball. Tyler Walker was still a legal man and has now taken full advantage of that jump from behind. And now, hopefully, at least in his eyes, the South London Syndicate can go to work at the expense of Tommy Tanner. McCann gets the legal tag. And finally, we'll get to see what he's all about. Yeah, of course, McCann baiting Sid Manelli into the ring. He's to watch how he runs his mouth. Somebody likes to run their mouth more than the peck and play boy, ladies and gentlemen. Sid Manelli, as I said, quite unpredictable as of late. There's a real crazy attitude going on with Sid Manelli, almost a bipolar mentality from our Rumble Wrestling champion. And again, once again, Sid Manelli knows this distraction is not going to help his tag team partner, Tommy Tanner. I understand. Wants to try and get in and help Tommy Tanner, but ultimately it's doing more harm than good. And Irish whip out the corner. And Tommy Tanner is crashing to the floor. And the cries of Cheetah ringing around the sold-out Woodville and Gravesend, 500 strong, ladies and gentlemen. And well, if it's a historic night, you can't go better than Matt Raven at ringside, the greatest photographer in the game. And of course, check out the stunning photography from this event on the Rumble Wrestling Facebook page, as you will. And once again, Sid Manelli being goaded into the ring, courtesy of a can in his big mouth. And again, Tommy Tanner looking to try and fight his way from an unlikely predicament. Look at that tag, but McCann was able to put the brakes on Tommy Tanner, just inches away from making the tag. Tyler Walker illegally taking Sid Manelli off the apron, and Tommy Tanner now has nowhere to go. And once again, tag team synergy, like it or lump here. The South London Syndicate doing a great job. Drop toe hold by McCann. Tyler Walker delivers a shotgun drop kick to the midsection. Pinning combination, 2 count only, says referee Dave Macro. Tommy Tanner once again sent into the top turnbuckle. It's certainly not looking good for our European champion here, Tommy Tanner, at the hands of the South London Syndicate. And once again, Tommy Tanner somehow being able to dig deep, find some strikes, but McCann puts the brakes on with a palm strike to the stomach. And McCann looking to go up top, as always, and now just, come on, just biting Tommy Tanner. I've got to say, it's very smart. The referee is unsighted. He has no idea what's going on. And now an Irish whip out of the corner again, and the velocity delivered by McCann. And well, whether you like him or not, the one thing I will say about the Peck and Playboy is he is one of the most wily and smartest professional wrestlers I've ever had the pleasure of meeting. A real bad attitude, especially when he's in tow with the South London Syndicate, but sitting out on the lower back of Tommy Tanner. That's very smart, disabling the core of a high caliber athlete like Tommy Tanner is certainly going to reap rewards in the long run, and surely it's just a matter of time before Tommy Tanner pretty much is forced to give up here. Pop up, strike to the face, and a beautiful drop kick applied by McCann. Hitting combination, but Tommy Tanner still has some gas in the tank, ladies and gentlemen. But we are really in emergency territory. Tommy Tanner doesn't make a tag soon. This match is as good as done. And once again, Sid Manelli distracting the referee, and referee Dave Macro, of course, while being distracted by Sid Manelli, unintentionally of course. But Tommy Tanner able to escape. Tommy Tanner's almost there. With a rush of blood, but somehow able to escape, and now a beautiful Shining Wizard catches McCann flush in the head. Tommy Tanner, he's got to make the tag right now. He's crawling, he's scratching, he does make the tag. Here comes the fresh Rumble Wrestling champion, Sid Manelli, who has been itching and waiting to get in. And oh boy, it looks like he's been fired out of a cannon. It is absolute clothesline city. Tyler Walker in a can being absolutely walloped by the Rumble Wrestling champion Sid Manelli. A meeting of the minds for the South London Syndicate. Well, no time to strategize on that one, ladies and gentlemen. And Sid Manelli is firing on all cylinders here. The cry of "We want more," so famously coming from the Rumble Wrestling fans. And now a little bit of Ross Abbott action here. Beautiful technical prowess by Sid Manelli, who's using both men, hits a can into Tyler Walker and making a complete farce of the South London Syndicate is Sid Manelli. I mentioned earlier, of course, third generation wrestler. There isn't anything that Sid Manelli doesn't know. Beautiful springboard crossbody. Tommy Tanner seems to have recharged pretty quickly. Shall we is the cry from Sid Manelli. And it looks like Tyler Walker is going to be introduced to the top turnbuckle, as is Pecan. Not much that really needs to be said here, ladies and gentlemen, but a simple and effective offense by Sid Manelli and Tommy Tanner, who seem to be finding that tag team synergy that they had in the early goings of this matchup. They certainly seem to be in sync and going back and forth. And now Pecan, double Irish whip into the corner. Tyler Walker squashed. Pecan back down on his key stool. Oh boy, look out. Tyler Walker inadvertently. Well, head is the name of the game, I guess, and unfortunately for Pecan, it was not the one he was looking for. Unfortunately, Tyler Walker's head is buried into the crown jewels of Pecan. Double super kick, by the way, and now a beautiful RKO-like stunner, and Tyler Walker just went flying out of the ring. Oh my God. And they need Tyler Walker back in the ring. He's the legal man. Meanwhile, Tommy Tanner is ascending to the top rope. Pecan is completely out cold. And there he goes. Beautiful swanton bomb applied by the European champion. And chalked one up for the Champions Trust here at Rumble Wrestling in Gravesend. Well, it's a very, very game performance by the South London Syndicate on such a historic night here for Rumble Wrestling, but ultimately they got ousted by the Champions Advantage. The combination of Sid Manelli and Tommy Tanner pick up the win here in Gravesend.